In today's video, guys, I am going to give you the very best possible trading setup that you can use for Tradingview, something that I've been putting together trading crypto over the last 4 years. I'm going to give it to you for free. Hi, I'm Ben. This is my wife Gigi, and we set out in 2017 on our journey to follow our passion and own our very first hotel. While away in Australia and the Philippines, I rediscovered Bitcoin, and by the time we came back home some 3 months later, I had turned $500 into over $10,000 just by trading crypto. I was hooked and started this YouTube channel to help others profit from crypto. Today, we also have our site Mutu.ninja to help our growing community with tools ranging from training videos to trading signals, and we continue to build in new features all of the time. Our goal, however, has not changed. We're still striving for that first hotel, but we know that trading the crypto markets is going to be our best chance of success. Welcome to another step along the road as we get that bit closer to finding our new home, our new business, the hotel. Okay, so I just want to clarify a couple of things before we get into the setup itself, just to clarify a few things and make sure that you're in board and you've got your head screwed on the right way, okay? So what this setup will not do is eliminate the possibility of you ever getting a loss ever again, because losses are just a part of every single normal trading strategy. There is not any type of trading strategy that you could do out there where you are not ever going to incur any losses. And here is the strategy that I've been using over the last couple of years, obviously developing it over that time, just constantly testing, making it better and better. And what you're going to be getting is the end product. Basically this here. So I've taken everything that you just saw, everything that I've been working on, and I've wrapped it all up into one single strategy, one single study. So just over here, you can see that, and you can just see now it is just one single indicator, or at least it just takes up one indicator slot. So let's just say you're on a free Tradingview account and you're only allowed, I can't even remember how many it is, just like 3 or 5 indicators. Then you can just fit this in and get all of it in one. And going back to this one for a minute, I just want to share with you the strategy, overall strategy that I use with this. So if I come down here and go for strategy tester, you can see down here in the corner here, so this is the buys, ins and outs of the market. We're going to go through just how to actually trade these in real life. But if you were to do that, this one here would make 4,954% profit. And that is since, let's just take a look at this, since 2020. So the 1st of the 1st, 2020. So just over about 1 year, it's February now. So we're talking 1 year and 1 month. You would have turned 1 Bitcoin into over 49 Bitcoin. And just another little reminder for you guys out there before you start complaining in Telegram or in the comments down below that you've tried this strategy maybe for 2 hours and you didn't get any success, and now you're calling it a scam or whatever. Just bear in mind, guys, you definitely will take losses along the way. It will not work 100%, but if you have the courage to keep on going, keep using the strategy, it will most definitely get you exceedingly good returns over time, but you have to do it consistently over time. And back into it now, here we are with Cardano. So this is Cardano over the last while. And you can see on here, it's pretty obvious just by just having a normal view. You may not have ever really used Tradingview, or you may not have a background in trading at all. But I'm pretty sure one pretty obvious thing is I sort of scroll back here, you can see where would be good places to buy and where would be good places to sell. So the most obvious thing to start with is really the green and red lines here that you can see sort of running parallel. This is what you would call an envelope. However, if you were just going to go up here and add an envelope, so all you'd need to do is just write env, and you come here to envelope. And then looking at the envelope here, if we can actually change this in the settings, you can see that the percentage here is 10%, or you could put it maybe 25%, and it's going to change to 25%. However, it changes on both sides. The upper and the lower are both the same. Unfortunately, what you're going to find with cryptocurrencies is that they're a lot more bullish than they are bearish. And yes, I know they go down 80, 90% over time, but for volatile moves, they definitely come up a lot harder than they come down. So just look at this one here. It's come all the way up here. If we're on this 25, what is it, 25% or 20%, then you're going to miss out on this top. You would have sold out just as it came out the top. And if you were going to buy, where would you buy? Because look, it's broken the bottom line here, but there's really nowhere else it is that you're going to buy in all the way down here, but you would most definitely sell there. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is it goes up a lot higher than it comes down on a very big volatile move. So you need that upper envelope to be a lot higher than the lower. And this is why what I've done here is I've adapted an envelope, sort of used my own code and adapted it so that this bottom bit is a lot shorter than the top, so we can buy up these lows just as they come here and then sell it as it breaks out the top. So initially, the first thing that you want to do looking at these strategies is really consider that whenever it comes out the top, that red line is a sell line and the bottom would be a buy line. So whenever it comes down really low, those are really great buy-in opportunities where you can get in and buy the market. And then obviously as it comes out the top, that is where you want to sell. Now, anytime really that it comes out the top is a okay place to sell, but you don't necessarily want to go all out and sell everything that you've got straight away, because just look here. So this is the faster of the moving averages coming down here, and this is the long one. So the yellow one is the 120-day moving average, and the purple one is the 50-day moving average. However, when you use this chart setup, you always want to be using the 4-hour chart. So right up here, you'll see that I am on a 4-hour chart because I've made this specifically for a 4-hour chart. And it will only really work on that time frame. So you have to use the 4-hour. So yeah, as I'm saying, as the 7-day is under the 50 and is again under the 20, it's a very bearish market. So if you are going to buy, or if you're going to sell, you don't really want to sell too much because there's still a lot of upside in there. So maybe take a little profit, and then that gives you an opportunity to buy back in as it comes down here. But now over here, just more recently, you can see that the price has broken out the top. It then broke above the 120 and above this thin little red line up here. And this thin little red line is the moment that you go all out and you sell everything. So if you ever see the price come above here, this is where you absolutely just want to cash in pretty much everything that you've got. Looking at Cardano again, you can see just recently we've come from these very low points down here, which would be absolutely fantastic places to be buying all of this up over here. And then it's come out not just above the red. So here we've taken maybe a little bit of profit as it's come out above the red, maybe taken a little bit more off the table here, bought a little bit more up down here as it just dipped down below, maybe sold a little, and then right here you can see it's broken up above both of those red lines. That is where you absolutely want to be taking big profits and take pretty much everything you can off the table. In a nutshell, just those few simple tips are going to make you a fortune trading crypto over the next year. There's no doubt about that. But there is even more that you could use with this strategy, because we've got all three of those moving averages, plus also that little yellow crosses that you see there as well. So let's dig into that a little bit more. So here now we are looking at Bitcoin, and this was Bitcoin back in January. So it just broke here above both of the red lines, then came down. Obviously we're going to be buying up there, hit the 50-day moving average, good place to buy. Back then I still believed it was probably going to go even lower and come all the way down here. And then Elon Musk, that dirty man, made his tweets, and it just pumped the price all the way up and just broke that downward trend, and it just kept going up. And what we never saw happen is we never got this little line here. This is the 7-day moving average. That never broke down under the 50, which means that we remained in this ultra bullish phase where both the yellow is at the bottom, and then we've got the 50 and then the 7-day on top, which means we are extremely bullish. And wherever those moving averages are gonna swap over and change, let's just see if we can just go back here a little bit here with Bitcoin. we can see here that this is where that 7-day goes underneath. Now you could possibly maybe sell Bitcoin at that point, or at least think that it's maybe a good time to sell. And then when it breaks up above, that is definitely, listen to me now, definitely a good time to buy. Okay, so whenever you see on a chart that the 7-day is broken up above the 50, that is a very sweet time to get into the trade, because the chances are that is then going to continue a very bullish move upwards. We can see this happen again here. This is Decreed versus Bitcoin, one of my favorite coins right now. And so this is the 7-day, it comes up, breaks the 50 right about here. And that is just about the start that you can see. If you were to buy in at this point, this is the start of a very, very nice little bull run, which it goes on. And it is still going all the way up there. This is a beautiful bullish pattern. So I think there's lots of people just gaining in, and at some point this is very likely to just go absolutely parabolic and break this thin red line. When it does, that is again where you're going to want to sell most of your coins there. So you can see this just building up now. It looks absolutely fantastic. And just to drive that point home a little bit more, what we're looking at right now is EOS and Bitcoin. And as we can go along, we can see the 7-day is underneath, and it's just recently crossed over and started coming up. So this has still been like a really bearish market for EOS. Even though we've had Bitcoin go from 10,000 all the way to 50,000 over the last few months, everything's been crushed under Bitcoin. Right now, we're beginning to see a change for EOS. It's just broken the 50 there. It's just starting to come up. So what we saw with Decreed, that could be how EOS is going to start panning out as well. So let's just say this could be a great time to buy some EOS. But what if the market is already super bullish and you've got the 7 above the 50 and the 50s above the 120, everything's going through the roof, and you've already sold off pretty much all of your coins? Where can you get back in? Where would be a good place to buy when everything is already out of control bullish? Well, that is something that we see right here with Icon. It has been going up. It just absolutely went through the roof, just all in one day, went all the way up, hit that little thin red line there, and then came down. It's just been bouncing up and down all the way, just still continuing to go up. So let's just say you had sold off everything there, and then obviously the market is still going up. When do you know what is a good price to buy in at? Well, these little yellow stars here, if you want to call them crosses, basically, these little yellow crosses, this is a volume weighted moving average, like VWAP, okay? So what we're going to do is every single time it comes underneath the VWAP, so it comes down here underneath that, that is a good time to maybe buy a little back into the market. I'm not saying go all in with everything that you've got, because the market, it may just continue downwards, okay? But you could buy in a little, you know, if you think there's still room for some more growth yet, buy when it's underneath and then sell when it's over the top. Obviously, if it goes above the red line, again, that thin red line, perfect time to take profits and sell off. Comes back down underneath, maybe buy some more, maybe look to buy some as it hits this 7-day moving average again, particularly if it's underneath those yellow crosses. You always want to buy under the yellow cross, because that means that you're getting a good below average price. And if it's over that average price, that means it's a good time to take some profits and sell, because it's an above average price. There are just so many ways you can use this little indicator setup that we've got here, and we have tested and tested and tested just about every single type of variable with the settings, like the envelope, you know, what sort of percentages should you have it on, what sort of time frame should you use it on. When we have tested everything over these years, and it's just got better and better and better. These indicators that I've just shared with you actually form the basis of our master signals. So not the free signals that we give away for free. And yes, I'm giving you away these indicators for free. I've not shared with you all of the secrets of the master signals, but it does give you a good insight into how these master signals work and why it is that they make so much cash. So right down here, you can see some stats. This is just over the last few days, just over a month now. And you can see that the intraday signals, they're up 70%, so not fantastic. The daily signals are up much more. They're up 194%. And as I've said, a couple of times now on this video, not every signal is going to make you money. So don't just sign up and then start using these signals for 2 hours and then complain to me that you've lost money. Of course you're going to lose money, okay? So if we come over here, we can get the winners. So this is the winning ratio, and you can see like here, there's 45% winners, which means 55% are losers, and over here only 37% are winners. Yet we are still making 194% profit over 40 days. And that is not dollars. These master signals are based on Bitcoin. So you are making 194% profit in Bitcoin terms. Just imagine what the price of Bitcoin was 40 days ago, what it is today. So in dollar terms, you are up even more than that. Like up here, it says 274 in dollars, but that's dollars. So obviously it's going to be more because Bitcoin's gone up. So everything would have gone up with it. But right here, we're talking almost 200% up in Bitcoin terms. So that is going to be massive in dollars. And also, we've only got 400 trades on the daily compared to a lot more if you're trading intraday, like every 4 hours. Obviously, you can do more trades. But look over here. This is what's mostly important. Average win versus average loss. So here we've got 5% gains is the average gain and minus 2.7%. And this is why you can lose more than 50% of the time and still make money. Because every time you're winning, it's like you're spending $1 and getting $1.80 back. Just like down here, okay? So you're making 14% and only losing 4%. So even though you've only got a 37% win ratio, which means you're cutting those losses short all the time. So yeah, you take a little punt on it. If it goes up, great, we'll just let it run. If it does turn on us, then we just cut out quick. And because of that, that is how you make almost 200% profit. So let's just say you had 1 Bitcoin. Well, now after 40 days, now you have 3 Bitcoin. You have your Bitcoin plus 200% gain. And I suppose right about now, you're probably wondering how it is that you actually managed to get this little setup for yourself on your Tradingview so you can actually start getting some benefit from this yourself on your own charts. Well, it is kind of complex, okay, because you can't actually get it on Tradingview straight up with the normal indicators. This isn't just like loading up RSI or MACD or anything like that. Because it's from us, it means you need to get verified. So here's what you need to do. All you need to do is come up here and sign up, just register a membership. It's completely free, you don't have to pay for it. Come over here to your little account page, click here on settings, then come down here where it says enter Tradingview username, because we're gonna need that to actually add you onto using the platform. And you can put in here anything you want. So what did I put in here? I'll put Peanuts, we'll go for that again. We'll just pretend my Tradingview name is Peanuts. Okay, and you just update the details, and then what happens is it's going to request a confirmation email which has been sent out. You need to click on that confirmation email within 15 minutes, and then it will update our systems. And then comes the really tough part. That is where you have to wait for me to actually check the database and then put your Tradingview username into Tradingview to allow you to actually have access to that system. And also because it's such a powerful little system there that we've made, we just cannot let it out to just any old Tom, Dick or Harry here on YouTube. So it's only really for members of Mutual Ninja. So if you use our website, if you're a membership, whether it's like a disciple membership, Zeller, or you're full-on Master Ninja, then we will absolutely give you access to that. However, if you're just some sort of random stranger, okay, that comes on our site and you're not really like a proper member, then obviously we can't. But if you do upgrade, then you can in fact get access to that. And why would I be giving you access to this anyway? I mean, am I completely insane? If it's this good, why on earth would I be giving it out to everybody else here? Well, quite simply, basically, with Mutual Ninja, I've really just over the last few years been sharing everything that I've been doing ever since I made that $10,000 from the 500, and I've just been sort of sharing every success that I have with everybody else here in the Mutual Ninja community. It's just part of what I do here in the community. But do not go asking me down in the comments below for these type of signals here, where you got the buy and the sell signals here on Tradingview, because they do not actually really work very well in real time. Everybody always asks me for these buy sell signals for the master signals version on TradingView. It just doesn't work, guys. Okay, so where you need to do, if you want these signals, just go over to our website and you can go to the master signals there, where as long as the internet's working, we'll be able to see all the master signals. You can either use this one here, which will just give you a list of all of the signals down here. I don't really use that. I much prefer just to use the portfolio tracker, where you just put in what your account value is. So let's just say we've got 1.1 Bitcoin, and then it just works out how much you should have in according to where the buy signals were, and just tells you exactly how much to buy for each coin. I find that a lot easier to do every day rather than just trying to go through a big list of buy sell signals. The problem is the TradingView is really made for back testing on old previous historical price data, and it does a really good job at that once you work out its quirks and weird oddities going on there in the code. So it's very good at doing previous price data. If you're trying to draw real-time live signals from it, it doesn't go exactly according to plan. It has some very weird things that it does, and it misses a lot of the signals that it should be taking. The signals on our site are made on our own server, and they're fueled by real price data that comes from Binance, and it just comes straight out from Binance. Our servers process it and they create the signals. Unfortunately, when we're trying to recreate that in real time on TradingView, TradingView does weird stuff and it misses a lot of these, or you get something called repainting where it says to buy and then it changes its mind and it removes it, and it just does a lot of weird stuff. And what I can do to prove that to you right now, if you don't believe me, you think I'm trying to hold something back from you, I can assure you that I'm not. If we go back to the signals tracker, we're actually tracking now the part 3. So this is signals 3.0, and we just started tracking this yesterday. And this here, where it says test, you can come here to the website, check on this every day for yourself. We are going to be upgrading this very soon. So this signals 3.0 test will soon replace the intraday master signals, because it's a much better strategy that we've been testing there over on TradingView. And this version here, the signals TV, that is the TradingView version. And I began this yesterday at exactly the same time. However, on our server, we're up 34% with 80 trades and 63% winning averages, so looking pretty good. TradingView, exactly the same code, so exactly the same. If the price is this, do that. If else, blah, 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 right? Exactly the same strategy. But TradingView, as I say, it just does weird stuff. It doesn't work the way you imagine it should on real live data. And we're actually down on that one, and it's only done one trade. So a big warning there, if anybody does try to sell you some sort of signals which are fed from TradingView webhooks, please reconsider, because it just doesn't work as well as people imagine it should. And that, guys, is more than enough for today. If you do want to get those for yourself, all you need to do is hit the link in the... So that is it for this video, and I shall see you again tomorrow, where we're going to be talking a little bit more about our new Master Signals 3.0. That's it for now. I'll see you again in the next video.